Atari 8-bit retro time. I've got the Secret Diary of Adrian Mole here, part 2. And unfortunately that counted as press any key, so the top part's already gone off the screen, but I guess I'll get started with Thursday, April 2nd. I am 14 today, got a tracksuit and a football from my father. As bear in mind that this was a TV series I vaguely remember back in the 1980s. This is Atari 8-bit, also back to the 1980s. So this is the video game version of Adrian Mole. He is completely insensitive to my needs. Best of all was £10 from my mother and £5 from Mr. Lucas. Friday, April 3rd, got 4 marks in the geography test today. Yes, 20 out of 20. I was also complimented on the neat presentation of my work. There is nothing that I do not know about the Norwegian leather industry. Saturday, April 4th, no entry except to say new moon. And Sunday, April 5th, looked at big and bouncy. It is Passion Sunday after all. Monday, April 6th, score 40%. School filthy, the cleaners are on strike. Got some primitive graphics going on up here. Tuesday, April 7th, the house is looking extremely squalid because my father is not doing any housework. Wednesday, April 8th, I've decided to decorate my room. I can't live a moment longer with noddy wallpaper. Noddy, remember noddy? And my father says I can do what I like as long as I buy everything needed and do it myself. Choose one of the following. Make up my mind to wallpaper the room, decide to paint the walls, or do something different. Wallpaper. I make up my mind to wallpaper the room. I don't know why people think this is difficult. Choose more noddy paper, choose bamboo pattern paper, or choose a pattern. I'm going to go for rocket ships. Because pace fascinates me. Thursday, April 9th, Mrs. Bull taught us to wash up in domestic science. Talk about teaching your grandmother to suck eggs. Saturday, April the 11th, first quarter stayed in bed until 6 p.m. Yeah, well, I've been known to have days like that. Sunday, no entry. Monday, April 13th, scored 41%. Had a postcard from my mother. She is living in a flat in Sheffield and wants me to visit her and Lucas as soon as possible. Why can't my mother write a letter like any normal person? Why should the postman be able to read my confidential business? What shall I do? Decide to go by train without paying, go immediately without telling my father, or ask my father if I can go. Go by train. This is not really illegal because it costs BR nothing. The train will go whether or not I do. Tuesday, April 14th, 7:45 a.m. at Leicester Station. Must get onto the Sheffield train without a proper ticket. Choose one of the following four. Options are pretend to have left something on a train, buy a platform ticket, or mingle with a group of people entering. Buy a platform ticket. Reach the train easily. The journey is dead scary. I keep expecting a guard to appear. 8:24 a.m. trapped on a train near Sheffield. Must think of a way to leave. Which of the following shall I do? Leap from the moving train. Probably not a good idea. Mingle with the departing passengers or try to find a back way out of Sheffield station. Mingle. I mingle with the departing passengers and push past the ticket barrier, but a guard grabs me. I am treated like a criminal, imprisoned in the station office until my mother pays my fare. She is not pleased. My mother started crying when she saw me. It was a bit embarrassing, but quite nice at the same time. We got a taxi from the station. Sheffield looks okay, just like home, really. I didn't see any knife and fork factories. I expect Margaret Thatcher has closed them all down. Remember, this is based in the 1980s, so The 80s theme runs throughout all of this. Lucas was out flogging insurance, so I had my mother all to myself until 8 o'clock. The flat is dead grotty. It is modern but small. You can hear the neighbours coughing. My mother is used to better things. I wish my mother would come home. I had forgotten how nice she is. Wednesday, April 15th. My mother wants to show me Sheffield. What shall I do? Say I'm not interested in Sheffield. Say I will only come if she will come back to Leicester at the end of the week or go shopping. Go shopping. And buy a Habitat lampshade for her bedroom and a new pair of trousers for me. They are dead good. We had a Chinese businessman's lunch and then went to see a Monty Python film about the life of Jesus. It was dead daring. I felt guilty laughing. Lucas got back early and cooked dinner. Oh yeah, it must be said that, of course, way back in the 1980s, we didn't have woke. We didn't have political correctness. We didn't have the cancel culture. Lucas got back early and cooked dinner. Choose one of the following. Managed to force it down. Say I'm not hungry. Add lots of salt. Okay. Later on, I phoned my father from a call box. Call boxes, remember those? I just had time to shout, don't forget to feed the dog before the pips went. Retired to bed early because of all the slopping Lucas was doing. Thursday, April 16th, helped my mother to paint her kitchen. She's doing it brown and cream. It looks awful, just like the toilets at school. Lucas has bought me a penknife. He is trying to bribe me into liking him again. Which of the following? Accept the knife, refuse it, state my opinion of the kitchen. I explain in detail that it is bloody awful. My mother and Lucas are speechless. Friday, April 17th. Lucas and my mother are driving out into the countryside this afternoon. What shall I do? Go along but remain in the car. Go with them. Stay behind. Remain in the car. And watch my mother and Lucas making an exhibition of themselves. Thank God. No members of the public were around. It is not a pretty sight to see old people running up hills laughing. Came back, had a bath, thought about the dog, went to sleep, home tomorrow. Saturday, April 18th. So my little sojourn in Sheffield is drawing to a close. I shan't be sorry to leave this sordid flat with the coughing neighbours, though naturally I have some regrets about my mother's stubbornness in refusing to come home with me. 11 p.m. My father met me at the station. The dog jumped up to meet me, missed, and nearly fell in front of the 9:23 p.m. express. Nothing happened on Sunday, April 19th. Monday, April 20th, bank holiday in the UK except Scotland. 40%. Asked the vicar about the meaning of life, but he was too busy to reply. Just my luck. Tuesday, April 21st. Nigel has arranged a blind date for me with Sharon Bott. I am meeting her at the roller skating rink next Saturday. I'm dead nervous. I don't even know how to roller skate. Choose one of the following. Borrow Nigel's disco skates. Ask my father to buy a pair of skates or check it out. I borrow Nigel's disco skates and practice skating on the pavement in our cul-de-sac. I'm okay as long as I have a privet hedge to grab. Which of the following shall I do? Try wearing my skates in the house. Get out a library book on skating. Decide to practice first thing tomorrow. Wednesday, April 22nd. Got up at 6 a.m. Went to the little kids' play park and practiced there, but I had to give up. There was too much broken glass and dog muck. Friday, April 24th. Nothing. Saturday, April 25th. Sharon Bolt will expect a gift. What shall I do? A box of chocolates? A circle of flowers? I'll wait for the greengrocers to open and buy a pound of grapes. Go home, have a bath, wash my hair and cut my toenails, etc. Then I put my entire wardrobe of clothes on the bed and try to decide what to wear. It is a pitiful collection, my school uniform. 3 pairs of flared jeans. Flares. No one wears flares except the worst kind of moron. 2 shirts, both with long pointed collars. 4 of Grandma's hand-knitted jumpers. Hand-knitted, my bottle green elephant cords and my khaki army sweaters. And which shoes? I have left my plimsolls at school, and I can't wear my formal wedding shoes to a skating rink, can I? So choose one of the following. Choose a shirt and flared trousers hidden by knee socks. Ring Nigel and ask him what youths wear at roller skating rinks. Or choose black PE shorts, white string vest, and grey knee socks. Well, it's got to be 3, hasn't it, really? 6 p.m. This is the first and last time I go roller skating. Sharon Bott is an expert. She goes whizzing off at 40 miles an hour, only stopping now and then to do the splits in midair. She sometimes slows down to say, let go of the barrier, Dumbo. But she doesn't stay long enough for me to divert her into having a longer conversation. When it is time for the under-12s to monopolise the rink, she speeds to the barrier and helps me into the coffee bar to have a Pepsi. I clump off to the cloakroom to get the flowers. When I give them to her, she says, why have you brought me a wreath? I'm not dead. I drop a hint by looking knowingly at a figure in its lycra bodystocking and miniskirt, but then the roller disco starts and she speeds off to do wild disco dancing on her skates. I stagger off to get changed. I rang Nigel when I got home. I complained that Sharon Bott was a dead loss. He said that Sharon Bott had already rung him to complain that I had showed her up by dressing in my school uniform. Sunday, April 26th, I saw a vicar choosing toilet paper in Sainsbury's. He chose a 4-pack roll of purple 3-ply. He could have bought some shiny white and given the difference to the poor. What a hypocrite. Monday, April 27th, scoring 41%. Mr. Hill told us about training animals in science today. He says you can teach any animal by rewarding it. Tuesday, April 28th, I told my father about training animals, and now he wants me to try training the dog, all because I ate his Daily Express again. That's about the only decent use for the Daily Express, other than using it for toilet paper. Which one of the following shall I do? Explain that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, agree to help, or say it's not my dog. But he says it's always learning new ways of costing him money. Wednesday, April 29th, I asked Mr. Hill about teaching dogs. He says it must be easier than teaching kids. Thursday, April 30th, the stupid dog is looking worried. I wonder if it knows that I've written to Barbara Woodhouse. I remember Barbara Woodhouse. 1980s dog shows on the television. Friday, May 1st, Pandora is an expert with animals. She trained her horse, Blossom, to jump over fences by breathing up its nose. What shall I do? Get some dog biscuits. Breathe up the dog's nose or buy sugar lumps for the dog. Breathe up the dog's nose. It has yucky breath. The dog hides under the settee. Saturday, May 2nd, told Bert my mother has run away with an insurance man. He asked if it was an act of God. Monday, May 4th, bank holiday in the UK. Score 42%. Tuesday, May 5th, Barry Kent said he would do me over unless I gave him 25 pence every day. Oh, the bully. Barry Kent said I would have to give him my dinner money. He hit me in the ghoulies and walked off saying, there's more where that came from. Choose one of the following for me. Put my name down for a paper round. Offer Barry Kent my Mars bar money. Or tell Scruton about when I'm going to go for 3. Scruton smiles a horrible smile and says he will not put up with this sort of thing in his school. Wednesday, May 6th, went to the youth club with Nigel. It was dead good. We played ping pong until the cricket balls cracked. Thursday, May 7th, caught by Barry Kent beside the canal. He called me a sneak and a narc and threw me in the mud. I will have to give him 40 pence a day. Got a present from Auntie Susan. It is an embroidered toothbrush holder, and it was made by one of the prisoners. She is called Grace Poole. Auntie Susan said that I should write and thank her. Now I'm expected to start writing to prisoners. Grace Poole could be a murderess or anything. Friday, May 8th, Bert Baxter was laughing about the dog. My father told him that I had forgotten about training it. This is not true. We moles never forget. Which one of the following? Train it to sit, train it to fetch the newspaper, or train it as an attack dog. But it's too friendly, just my luck to have a pacifist dog. Saturday, May 9th, thought about Grace Poole. What shall I do? Don't write. Write to Auntie Susan instead. Write to thank her for the present. She is in D-Wing. I put, Dear Miss Poole, thank you for making the toothbrush holder. It is charming. Yours, kind regards, Adrian. Sunday, May 10th. television sport on all channels. Monday, May 11th, score 43%. Moved up to mediocre now. School was dead good. Barry Kent was sent home for wearing a punk rock t-shirt. Tuesday, May 12th, Barry Kent is in trouble for drawing a nude woman in art. You ever heard of life drawings before? Miss Fossington Gore said it was his ignorance of biological facts that was so upsetting. Wednesday, May 13th, got a letter from Mr. Cherry, the newsagent, to say I can start a paper round tomorrow. Worse luck. Thursday, May 14th, got up at 6 o'clock for my paper round. I got Elm Tree Avenue. It is dead posh. All the papers they read are very heavy. The Times, The Guardian and the Daily Tory Graph. Just my luck. Friday, May 15th, exhausted by my paper round, delivered 25 Punch magazines as well as the papers. Yes, paper rounds back in the 1980s. They would get kids to go round delivering newspapers through people's letterboxes first thing in the morning before school. Had a letter from Grace Poole. Dear Adrian, thank you for your charming letter of thanks. It fair brightened up my day. The girls are all jostling me about my suitor. I am due for parole in a week. Would it be possible to come and see you? Your Auntie Susan is one of the best screws in here. That's why I obliged to make the toothbrush holder. See you soon. Yours with fond regards, Grace Poole. P.S. I was falsely convicted of arson, but that is all in the past now. My God, she is coming here. Choose one of the following. Do nothing. Phone Auntie Susan or decide to hide at Grandma's. She is on duty in Holloway. Left a message with her friend Gloria asking Auntie Susan to ring me urgently. Saturday, May 16th. The people at 65 Elm Tree Avenue have a ferocious Alsatian. It barks and leaps at the front door. Which of the following shall I do? Waggle their telegraph through the letterbox. Leave the paper on the doorstep or lure the dog away. I waggle their telegraph through the letterbox so that the dog chews it to bits. Ha ha ha. Auntie Susan meant to say that Grace Poole had her parole cancelled because she set fire to the embroidery workshop and destroyed a gross of toothbrush holders. Their loss is my gain. Then we got Monday, May 18th, scoring 43%. Delivered a telephone directory today. Remember the telephone directories? Don't have them anymore. Big, large book thing with all the telephone numbers in them. It is called Byte. Tuesday, May 19th. The papers got mixed up today. Elm Tree Avenue got the Sun and the Mirror, while the Corporation Road Council Estate got the heavy papers. I don't know why everyone went so mad. You'd think they would enjoy a change. Wednesday, May 20th, Mr. Cherry gave me hundreds of newspaper bingo cards to deliver with the papers. I said that I didn't have time before school, but he told me to do my best. What should I do? Deliver the bingo cards properly, push all the cards through one letterbox, or keep the cards for a while? Push them all through one letterbox to get rid of them as quickly as possible. They are probably all losing cards anyway. Thursday, May 21st, I was seriously menaced at school today. Barry Kent threw my Snaplock executive briefcase onto the rugby pitch. I have got to find £2 quickly before he starts throwing me onto the rugby pitch. Choose one of the following. Ask my father, ask Mr. Cherry, or ask Bert Baxter. He says I should neither a borrower nor a lender be, and gives me £50. Friday, May 22nd, 2 people have complained to Mr. Cherry about missing bingo cards. I tell him that I did deliver them all. This is true in a way. Saturday, May 23rd, Nigel came round this morning. I tried to take his mind off Pandora by talking about the Norwegian leather industry, but he couldn't get interested somehow. Monday, May 25th, score 43%. Tuesday, May 26th, nothing. Wednesday, May 27th, unblocked Bert Baxter's drain. It was full of old bones and tea leaves. I told Bert that he really ought to use tea bags. After all, this is the 20th century. Friday, May 29th, me and my father cleaned the house. We had no choice. My grandma is coming to tea. Monday, June 1st, bank holiday in the Republic of Ireland, score 43%. I have formed a club for non-smokers at school. It's called Stub It Out, or consists of drawing lurid posters showing smokers coughing. Invite Pandora to join, invite my parents to join, or visit Headmaster Scruton. But she says it would not be honest for her to participate unless she was a convicted non-smoker. Convinced non-smoker. I told my father about being seriously menaced today. I was forced to because Barry Kent seriously damaged the badge on my school blazer. Tuesday, June 2nd, my father told the police about Barry Kent, but they can do nothing without evidence. That never stops the Sweeney on TV. So we get another 80s trigger now, the Sweeney on television. Ah, what a show. Wednesday, June 3rd, Barry Kent duffed me up in the cloakroom today. He called me a copper's narc and other things too bad to write down. Thursday, June 4th, did a good drawing of the Incredible Hulk smashing Craig Thomas to bits. Miss Fossington, back in the 80s, of course, the TV series The Incredible Hulk was when Bill Baxter played the role, at least in the non-Hulk form. I remember watching that show. Miss Fossington Gore said it was a powerful statement of monolithic oppression. Friday, June 5th, I am a late-duty prefect. I have to wait by the gap in the railings and take the name of anyone sneaking late into school. Saturday, June 6th, my grandma got to find out about the menacing. My father didn't want her to know on account of her diabetes. She listened to it all, then she put her hat on, thinned her lips and went out. She was gone 1 hour and 7 minutes. She came in, took her coat off, fluffed her hair out and took 27.18 from the anti-mugger belt round her waist. Then she got the tea ready. Monday, June 8th, scored 42%. Second meeting of SIT. We resolved that further action is needed. What shall I do? Lead a deputation from SIT to the staff room, lecture the filthy smokers in the boys' toilets, get up a petition against smoking. Signed by all the pupils of the Neil Armstrong Comprehensive. We will send it to the Queen to ask her to remove the by royal appointment message from cigarette packs. Oh, did they? I'm a non-smoker, so I can't remember whether they did that or not back in the day. By royal appointment message from cigarette packs. It is all round the school that an old lady of 76 frightened Barry Kent into returning my menaces money. His gang are electing a new leader. Tuesday, June 9th, the dog is at the vet's again. It trod in the glue my father was using to tile the kitchen floor. Its paws got stuck tight and my father had to cut round the dog with a Stanley knife. I told the stupid dog to keep out of the kitchen, but would it listen? Wednesday, June 10th, the anti-smoking petition is catching on like wildfire. I will post it to the Queen tomorrow. Thursday, June 11th was newspaper strike. Friday, June 12th, Barry Kent has been late 3 times in 1 week, so it is my unfortunate duty to report him to Mr. Scruton. Choose one of the following. Report Barry Kent, let Barry Kent off with a warning, or ask Barry Kent for 25p to keep quiet. Report him, but Scruton does nothing. The pop-eyed git. He went mad when Miss Elf wore a C&D badge, but he ignores important crimes. Doesn't he know that unpunctuality is the sign of a disordered brain? Showed the signed petition to my father yesterday. My father said he was amazed that I knew so many famous people. I naturally assumed that he had gone barmy, but then I read the petition. I think Her Majesty might be suspicious of a petition from Sir Walter Raleigh, Mickey Mouse, Eric the Viking, etc., so I will not be sending it. Sunday, June 14th. Dead good play on Radio 4 about editorial censorship. You listen to Radio 4? Score 43%. Tuesday, June 16th. Pandora and I had a good talk about life today. We both agreed that on the whole it is a good thing, so at last we agree on something. Wednesday, June 17th. I'm getting worried about exams. My problem is that I am too intellectual. I'm always thinking things like, Is there a God, and why is there VAT on computerised books but not on printed ones? These thoughts clutter my brain up and won't let me remember facts. Friday, June 19th. Next Stub It Out meeting, I feel that direct action is necessary to further the non-smoking cause, which are the following. Declare my bedroom a non-smoking zone, write anti-smoking graffiti in the toilets, or volunteer to deface an advertising board. From now on, anybody who smokes in there will have to pay a fine of 20. I have put a notice on my door so my parents, the main culprits, will not be able to plead ignorance. Monday, June 22nd, score 43%. Pandora came round after school and we went to my bedroom to play her records. My father came upstairs to complain about the noise and he had a cigarette in his hand. I pointed to the notice and demanded 20, but to my astonishment he refused to pay. There is one law for the rich, adults, and another for the poor, me. Tuesday, June 23rd, saw Barry Kent smoking quite openly in the school corridor. He was certainly got a nerve. I felt it was my duty to report him to Mrs. Bull out of concern for Barry Kent's health. Wednesday, June 24th, wake up with a sore throat. Can't swallow, shivery, everything a hazy blur. Shout downstairs, attract attention by banging on the floor with my shoe, or tuck a message inside the dog's collar. Father shouts, stop that bloody banging. Choose one of the following for me. Shout downstairs, stagger downstairs, or tuck a message inside the dog's collar. I stagger downstairs and tell my father I'm ill. My father looks in my mouth and says, Christ almighty, your tonsils look like Polaris missiles. Get back into bed at once. Thursday, June 25th, I've got tonsillitis. It is official. I am on antibiotics. Friday, June 26th, Pandora sits by my bed reading to me. Every word is like a rock dropping on my head. Ask her to stop, endure it in silence, or decide to read to her when she is ill. Saturday, June 27th, a get well card from my mother. Sunday, June 28th, doctor says our thermometer is faulty. I feel slightly better. Monday, June 29th, score 44%. Pandora brought me a get well card. She made it herself with felt tip pens. She signed it, Forever Yours, Pan. I wanted to kiss her, but my lips are cracked. Why hasn't my mother been to see me? Tuesday, June 30th, my mother has just left to catch the train for Sheffield. I am worn out with all the emotion. I am having a relapse. Score 44%, and that's the end of part 2. There's 4 parts to this. The Secret Diary of Adrian Moe on the Atari 8-bit. And see you next time.